Hi everyone. So I am laid up on bed rest right now because I have really crippling back pain right now. Actually, it's lower back pain. And if you knew what I do for a living, you would probably understand a lot better. I'm not a prostitute, so it's nothing like that. But, um, anyways, I am in an extreme amount of pain. It's all in my lower back. So I'm kind of just laying here and watching my favorite TV shows and just trying to recover because it hurts so bad. So anyway, that's not what this video is about. I was actually requested to talk again about the Bible I caught at the Marilyn Manson show like back in 2012. I believe that's when it was. Whenever I made the video talking about me going to Marilyn Manson and catching the Bible, that's when that was. So we're gonna like revisit it today because, well, it's something that was requested. So, anyways, yes, I still have the Bible. A lot of people have asked me, other than what I was requested, if I do in fact still have the Bible. And I do. I don't think it's something I will ever give away. I've been offered lots of money to sell it, but I don't know. I don't think I could ever part with having the Bible being given away because it's such a once in a lifetime kind of thing, because I mean, what are the chances of catching Marilyn Manson's Bible? Anyways, if you don't remember what it looks like, this is what it looks like. It is just a plain black Bible with a cross engraved on the front. Excuse my shitty nails. They are kind of chipping at the moment, but yes, this is it. The pages are silver, which I thought was really cool. Also, every Bible that Manson has thrown out at his concerts, they are never the same. And I've noticed that because I've witnessed people, catching them, and they're all really different. This one, I actually really love out of the ones I've seen him throw out into the crowd. This is like leather bound, and I love that it's engraved and that it, doesn't say like Holy Bible on the front. It does on the side, like it's just all in black. So, I mean, yeah, this is very, very like Manson-ish, if I do say so myself. Anyways, yeah, a lot of people have, asked me, if I would ever, sell this or, what are my thoughts on having this? And so I thought I would just kind of like revisit this whole experience with you all. And yeah, I remember at the show when I caught the Bible, it was really weird. I just remember when he was singing Antichrist Superstar, I had gotten so dehydrated during that set that I had to walk out of the crowd because I was like way up front at that point, and then I just couldn't handle it anymore because I was so thirsty and it just was exhausting. You're being pushed into a bunch of people, and it's pretty much like a gangbang because it seriously felt like one. I don't personally know what a gangbang is like because I've never been in one, but if I had to guess, that's pretty accurate. But yes, I'll give you a little look of it. You could tell by the little divots there are torn pages that Manson had personally ripped out. I had, sold some pages at the concert. I know it sounds kind of like greedy to like sell pages out of the Bible. But I had a lot of like extreme fans come up to me and they're like, "Oh my God, you're so fucking lucky. Like, can I buy a page from you?" So I'm pretty sure I made well over like $200 from that night just by, selling some of the pages. Manson ripped out like between these pages, so I wouldn't let anybody touch, this particular area. So I mostly had them like, take pages out of the back. I let them choose which one they wanted. It's not like anybody came up to me and was like, "Oh yeah, can I have a page from Leviticus or something?" Yeah. When I brought this Bible home, my family, it was pretty funny. My mom has always been really super supportive of me being a Manson fan. She doesn't necessarily care for his, taste in music or, his style of music, I shall say, but she is definitely very supportive of me listening to him and attending his concerts and stuff. I mean, even as a grown adult woman, like, I mean, she still cares and stuff, but I remember being a teenager and, being very into Marilyn Manson, like listening to a lot heavier music because I was, more so part of the goth phase at the time. And actually, I was the only goth person in my school. And I've never followed a particular religion in my life. When I was younger, I had a belief in God, but it was never like, most people in my town. I come from a very small town, and pretty much everybody here is closed-minded and are into organized religion. So for me, my family not attending church and me and my family, as in my mom, my dad, and I, we never attended church. The only time we would even step foot in a church would be like for weddings and funerals, things like that. My dad's side is Catholic. My mom's side is Catholic too, but my dad's side is very Catholic. And my grandma, if she were alive to know that I have a ripped up Holy Bible, she would probably cry. She would probably ask me to I don't know, pray or something. She was very, very religious because she's very Catholic. And she's probably rolling in her grave just thinking about me owning this because I'm sure that would really upset her. And I love my grandma and I would never disrespect her like that, but this is a once in a lifetime experience. And since that concert, I have attended, I believe, one or two more Manson shows. And honestly, a lot of people have asked me about the Marilyn Manson experience. And honestly, you have to be there to see it. He does, I mean, pretty much the same sets. But, I mean, sometimes he'll switch it up and he'll play certain songs in one city where he wouldn't in another. When I grew up listening to Manson, he was still like, pretty extreme and whatnot. I mean, I remember being like 7 and first laying my eyes on Marilyn Manson. I thought he was very weird and I never understood why he ever like did the things he did. And I mean, I was a child, so it wasn't really part of my, my ability to understand him as a human being. But when I got older and in high school, I read his autobiography where he kind of explains, his childhood and things like that, and kind of how he got into the involvement of where am I going with this? like a lot of people had kind of pegged Manson for being responsible for Columbine. And that was a very, very dramatic and devastating event that happened in U.S. history. But it was because, the shooters from Columbine, they were fans and listeners of Marilyn Manson. And I do get a lot of shit from people that, you know, don't necessarily listen to that particular genre of music. But, now as an adult, it doesn't faze me anymore. Like, it's not something that I'm, like, gonna attack people for just because they don't like Marilyn Manson. Each to their own. But, like, I used to be highly criticized in high school because I listened to Marilyn Manson. A lot of people, pegged me as, like, very demented, and they just, I wasn't very fond of, I guess. And, at the time, it kind of hurt, hearing things like that and being so confused because people were so judgmental. And it's just, there's always a group in every town, especially in a small town, people that are very much into organized religion don't understand, something because it's so different from what they're used to. And I can pretty much say that about the people in the town that I live in. And honestly, there's a lot of small-minded people out there, and I don't judge anybody that, still doesn't care for Marilyn Manson. It's not everybody's taste. Just because he has, affiliations with Anton LaVey and the Satanic Church, I mean, if people read the Satanic Bible or the witches, or the Satanic Witch, and anything Anton LaVey has, written, they would probably understand more of that aspect a little better. I wouldn't peg myself as a Satanist, but I do agree a lot with a lot of the things that I've read from Anton LaVey, because he greatly explains how religion is such a fucking fluke. And I'm sorry if people, get offended by me saying that just because I believe in it. But honestly, it's just how I feel. And the way that Anton LaVey describes it is in great detail. And it just made a lot of sense to me. It made a lot of sense to me when I was 16 years old. That's the first time I ever read the Satanic Bible. And it's the first time that I ever opened my eyes and my mind to something different. Because coming from a small town that is full of believers of organized religion, it was something that, was very, like, I don't want to say unheard of, but it was very frowned upon for somebody to be a part of something other than a holy deity. So, yes. But yes, to this day, I still have the Bible. I still, look through it every now and again. I keep it in a very, very safe place because it means a lot to me. Marilyn Manson has been the type of person, an artist that has always inspired me through so many things in my life, artistically, emotionally. He was somebody that was there in my life when I had nobody else, being a lost teenager, trying to figure out who I wanted to be in life. And his music just reached out to me, back from when he first came out. Like, let's just say, like, in the Portrait of American Family days, like when he first came out, all through until his last most recent album, which is The Pale Emperor, he has drastically changed a lot artistically. I would definitely say Marilyn Manson isn't as extreme as he used to be. And by extreme, I mean like the way his music is, the way he artistically expresses himself, and just everything in general. He has expanded so much artistically. He's done so many different things, and it's amazing because it just shows, that an artist can definitely evolve. And I honestly, personally think that he has evolved so much and for better. I know a lot of his work was affected in the middle of his career because of his relationships. I know his relationship with Dita Von Teese inspired some pretty drastic and unnecessary art. But I think my favorite period of his career was after Evan Rachel Wood, which he was engaged to. And I don't know. A lot of people didn't like High End of Low, but I personally absolutely love that album, and it's one of my favorites, if not in the top three at least of Manson albums. But yeah, and I understand a lot of people are going to be thrown off by this video just because why would I be talking about Marilyn Manson? Why would I want to talk about this Bible? But again, I had a request to talk about it again. And also I thought it'd be appropriate to explain to people, my views on him as an artist, as a person, my experience being at one of his shows, and how I feel owning this Bible. Honestly, I feel fantastic owning this, even though it is ripped up. I've been told by so many different people, especially strangers here on the internet, saying how I'm going to go to hell, how I'm a piece of shit, and that I should burn this because it's going to send me straight to hell. And I've taken a lot of shit personally by people I know because I own this. And to me, I feel like it gives me some sort of like strength in some weird way. I know it sounds weird, but it gives me some purpose. Like, if you are an ultimate fan of Marilyn Manson, like, this is kind of a dream thing. Like, you want this. But like I said, I've had so many different people ask me for this book, like, to buy it off me. But honestly, I wouldn't know how to price it even if I did want to sell it because it's such an amazing piece. Also, I have other Marilyn Manson memorabilia that I haven't taken out. I wanted to take it out for this video, but I couldn't find it. But I was gonna put it like kind of like as a bookmark, just randomly in this Bible, and it's one of his money that he kind of throws out at one of his concerts. It looks like American money, the dollar bill or 100, whatever it's supposed to be. And it just says 666 and it has this picture in it. It's really, really fucking cool. But if you look it up, you'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I have to go and find that, and so I can put it in this. I did just purchase a nice case for this. Like, I wouldn't say it's glass, but like a nice plastic, like, see-through box that I can put on a shelf, because I just think that it would be amazing for me to just kind of have, and yes, I will put it in my home because it's a wonderful conversation piece. Like, if I hang it on a shelf or put it on a shelf, or if I put it on a coffee table in my house, it's definitely an attention grabbing piece. A lot of people are like, why the fuck do you have that there? Why is it in a case? Is it special? Was it your grandma's? No, it was from Marilyn Manson. And I have never met him. I would love to. And whenever I get the chance to, I'm going to have him sign this because it means a lot to me. And I bet he would find it really cool to, revisit that. It'd be a fun story time with him. And, you know, if I ever get that chance, I will definitely, I'll record it if he'll let me. If not, I'll have pictures. But anyways, I hope you guys have a really great day. Thank you to my dear friend that requested this. His name is Joseph, by the way. He is from Italy. And I hope he enjoys this video. So, thank you very much, everybody. Have a wonderful day. I'm going to get rid of this back pain. Bye.